Well, will this also be a podcast?
I don't want it to be a podcast, but we should establish that.
Yeah.
We are not starting a podcast. We will acknowledge the audience.
Who are they?
What do you mean, who are they?
Who are we talking to?
All those people when we posted the first
right.
video. Is it funny?
Probably not.
Who said, oh man, we could just listen to you two talk all day. That's the best.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah, man, people loved it. Let's just say hi to them.
Hi, everybody.
Today we're going to talk about why we started Make Me Creative.
Primarily, we are filmmakers. You're a musician, writer, director, producer.
And you are primarily a cinematographer who has an amazing creative ability, and you direct as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful singing voice that isn't used enough. And
Right.
we are co-owners, founders of Make Me Creative Studio.
A lot of people in the film and video world focus on a single skill set. I think that our strength is the fact that each of us individually are interested in many sort of avenues and practice multiple avenues.
We didn't learn that at film school, but
No.
through making films,
That's
we
a
learned
whole
how
other
to be,
topic.
we learned how to be creative.
Yeah.
And then as we've been going through it, we've realized that these skills apply to different industries.
Right.
Yes, we will continue to make commercials and films and documentaries, but we want to use our skills in a broader way and inspire those who maybe don't typically think of themselves as makers or creatives to be creative, because every time you make something, it has just massive impact on those involved, on those who experience it.
Well, that's a good point, because you recently have worked in the design thinking, service design world where you saw the heavy use of prototyping. And I think that prototyping mindset is something that you don't see so much in the professional creative world, because people are so focused on polish and perfection, especially if you think about like the world of commercials. It's all about like a very high-end product. So you kind of get deceived into thinking that everything you make has to be in that vein. But sometimes you have to make something very,
Childlike, rudimentary.
Yeah, that's how all ideas start out. Before I was exposed to this idea of prototyping, etc., I would like often turn things in my head and never actually get them out.
Right.
Whereas I think that the prototyping that you kind of like involved me in, I saw that no one's going to look at a prototype and think it's your end all be all. The prototype is part of getting to part of a process.
And we should shout out,
Maybe?
it was J5 Design, that was where I was working, and they're an amazing service design company. Yeah. There's there. I think I'm in this picture.
Yeah, you're there on the far. You're
there.
this one.
In that world, they're dealing with such large, complicated systems that the final product's going to take 10 years. There never really is a final product, maybe.
Right.
It's, let's get it out, learn, develop, grow, and grow. I think the reason I was able to embrace that world was because of the writing. Writing is like the one place in the filmmaking process where the prototype iterative process takes place, in that you do your vomit draft, you read it once and you edit it and you go, okay, I think that's good. And then you show it to some people and you get feedback. Each draft is a prototype for the next one, kind of thing.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, once you get a real budget and a tight timeline, there's not much room in production to do that. It's like time to nail it.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to
There's
explore
no room to explore
ideas.
in that phase.
Yeah.
This part is maybe half true, or not true at all. Things like camera tests, rehearsals, shooting from several different angles, that's all forms of prototyping and experimenting, because you're not making the final product that day. You're making the final product in the edit, only half true, but people do get stuck in the idea that there's no room to experiment on the day. So, opening your mind to that experimentation is part of the process.
And then you get to go back to editing. That's how to make a movie. We got that covered, which is good. We're going to do more retrospectives.
Together.
Yeah, we're going to have more interviews with other filmmakers, but also designers, CEOs, people who have to make things.
Yeah. I'm going to do some of like, here's 3 of my favorite shots.
Like
And
movies.
from things
us,
we've done.
yeah.
And not real behind the scenes, more from a personal standpoint.
Okay, yeah.
Whether it's like, oh, there was something really genuine about this moment on set, or it was a happy accident.
That's appealing to me. We'll see. I might do some of that too.
Yeah, mostly because I think that
Or
we're
just
actually here to just share things as honestly as possible. We're forcing ourselves to put work out there that maybe we intentionally didn't before.
Yeah, yeah.
For whatever reason.